How you doing, Thomas?
Good.
Good morning. So we got another repair job we're doing today. The old roof's taking the blame for a leak. It ain't the roof, so it's the windows. So whenever on a detail like this, when we get a call for a leak, the roof is leaking. But we have a room underneath a two-story window, the two-story windows. So that's what's going on there. There's something going on between where the roof ends, the wall, and the bottom of the windows. So the only way we can do anything about it is just dig into it. Well, the shingles on that slope are shot anyway, so we're gonna re-shingle it. But really we're going after the flashing detail on the wall, the roof to wall and window flashing detail is what we're doing there. And he has a couple different leaks in this house. The roof is not that old. Who knows who shingled it, but it's been leaking ever since they got done. There's damage on the inside. And so we'll crawl up here a minute and I'll show you what we're doing to the sidewalls. Okay, so the roof is leaking inside the house here. So what we have here is a 25-year-old asphalt. The shingles on their house are only like 8 years old or something, but this was never redone, but it's been leaking. So this is the flashing that was left on the roof when it was done. So it's original flashing to the house. The house, let's say, is 100 years old. It's original flashing, and it's been reused several times. And that flashing is going to go behind the original cedar. So there's your old siding. So this is going behind the old siding. So with this deal here, it's leaking here somewhere. And so with steel siding, water gets behind here. Wind-driven rain gets behind here, and it runs down the channel, right? It runs down the channel. Now I got pictures of this, but we already got it tore apart now. But they just had a piece of flat stock that was up behind here a little bit. And there's also other things. The caulk is dried out around the windows, so there's no caulk here. So water can get behind here and get behind there. Water can just kind of come down here, get into the old sill and leak in. So there's several spots where water could be coming in here, but he wanted the roof done anyway, so we got the siding loose here. What we're going to do is we're going to tear the shingles off. We're going to get new end wall flashing in here. We're going to get it up behind the window, and we're going to get it behind the J here. There's a screw here holding this tighter, but we're going to get this all up behind the J here. That's kind of what we have to do to get at this. So it's not an easy thing to do. We got to fight our way through it, but yeah, that's what's up here. How you doing, Thomas? Good morning. All right, we're progressing along here. Got this part shingled up. So what's going to keep the water out is the underlayment and the flashing. So we have the ice and water, and it's tucked up behind the J. As far as we can get it up there is where that is. And so any water that would get behind the siding is not going to go straight into the house now. It's basically going to be treading under the shingles. So that's what we got going there now. The last part of that is we'll install metal underneath that window and underneath the siding. So that'd be the last step of that. Just finishing up the small details on this. It got dark. It's getting dark at night early now. Trying to get used to that. So what we ended up doing here, all the rotten old metal underneath here from when the house was original, 100-year-old house, all that rusty, crappy metal. This wood underneath here was kind of crappy, not holding the nails anyway. So we tore the shingles off, put new OSB on it, and the leak is this window and all the details under here. We got the shingles, we got new aluminum end wall flashing in here. And the key is that this end wall, or head wall flashing, whatever you call it, or whatever you want to call it, goes underneath, goes up behind the J trim for the steel siding. So any water that gets lipped around here, it's gonna bleed out. It goes up behind this J trim here. So any water that gets in here, the water's gonna bleed out on top. I don't wanna pull this away too much, but there's insulation board back here, and that metal is extended up behind the insulation board. So any wind-driven rain that gets in here is just gonna weep down and come out on top of this flashing. So we're not 100% done yet, but we got our new metal in here. There'll be another piece of trim that comes in here just to cover the unfinished edge of the J channel, and we'll button up this siding. Another contractor, the guy that installed the siding, we're working with him on it. Great guys. That's what we're doing there, and it's just a complete job now. So this is a 20-year-old siding job. It's in great condition. I mean, it's in great condition. Everything looks good. The siding contractor, he's gonna come and he's gonna update all the caulking on this window. So after 20 years, you wanna get a shot of this, Thomas. South-facing wall. You can see here that the caulk is let loose, a little bit of settling or whatever. And so any water that hits this window is gonna get on this sill and it's gonna work its way back into the house. So the roof will take the blame for leaking, but it's really just a flashing detail that needs to be buttoned up. So all the caulking is gonna get updated on the window, and because the homeowner has had issues in the past, they're going to do a little extra caulking. Typically you do not caulk out here. A bead of caulk isn't installed out here. What happens when you install the steel siding, before you put the J on, you caulk behind it on the wall in the corner, then you install the J over it to keep the wind-driven rain out and keep it sealed up that way. But being this project has had issues with leaks on this area, the siding contractor is going to put a bead of caulk on this J just for some extra protection. It's not a normal thing he does, but because the both of us are helping this homeowner with his problem, he's going to do a little extra just to make sure it's really super sealed up. So it's a typical project. So between this little roof and the top roof, we had 4 guys here. We probably got here yesterday by the time we got here, it was probably 9, 10 o'clock, and we were here till dark. 6:30, 4 guys all day, and we didn't even get it done. Now we're back this morning for another hour installing this flashing. This really wouldn't take very much time at all. New flashing when the roof is being installed, just a few man hours, 4 or 5 man hours, 6 man hours at the most. Now to come back and redo this, 4 guys all day, and then come back the next day for more time. It just takes a credible amount of tinkering and man hours to retrofit new flashing after the roof was installed. That's all I got for this one, and we'll have Thomas make a fun video for you.